Good morning. So basically, today I have an interview. It's a first stage interview with an HR person from a company that is kind of revered. So I'm very excited. I'm super nervous. I spent all this past weekend getting ready for the interviewer, coming up with scenario based questions for the position, coming up with interview questions, and then also including a few interview questions for myself to ask the HR representative, just because I want to make sure to, ask questions that will show that I'm very interested and capable at doing this job. However, I want to ask questions that make sure that I'll have a better idea of what these future interviews are going to look like. So that's number one. I was cleaning a lot. I'm sure you guys saw. It's been winter break the past 2 weeks, which is really great. I love having my kids home, but the house gets ridiculously messy when all the kids are home. Just running after and making sure that each kid is in a safe environment and not climbing on the stove or climbing to get to flour in the cabinet. That is a real event that happened this past week. So just making sure that everyone is feeling, safe and comfortable, and that we're also going out and getting activities done, which is a whole nother thing. So luckily, they are back in school. We are back to our regularly scheduled program, and I was able to clean my front room in what feels like years, but really was only 2 weeks. So it's nice, and I was also able to carpet clean because 2 kids, a dog, it gets messy. My interview is, let's see, it is in maybe 45 minutes. It's going to be at 12 or at 12:30. I'm really nervous. I'm really hopeful. I do like this company a lot, and to be honest, it's amazing to even get a chance to speak to someone from that company and get even a little peek at what happens on the inside. So that's really exciting. Um, and yeah, and I guess we'll see where the day takes. So I woke up sick today, and my second round interview is tomorrow. I'm really, really trying to not sound like a chain smoker. So I'm drinking honey and tea. Honey with tea. And we're just going to pray that that works. And I'm prepping. I'm going to try to refine the tell me a little bit about yourself. My friend's coming over. I'm gonna take a quick break and watch Speak No Evil or something. We were gonna see The Brutalist or The Last Showgirl, but all of the movies that are Oscar nominated, they're actually not. They're only in San Francisco, which is it's too far. I'm not that committed. I'll watch it when it's on streaming. Okay, let's start. Let's act like you're we just got on the Zoom.
Yeah, yeah, okay. Full corporate channeling.
Yes.
Channeling.
Actually, let me pause. I'm gonna pause. Oh, fuck, of course it has to connect. Hold on. Okay, there we go. I paused, friends. We are good.
Hi, Jacqueline.
So, no, just kidding. Okay, I'm sorry. Sorry. Okay, blooper. Hello, how are you?
I'm doing great today. So pleased that we could do this today. Um, so yeah, do you have any questions before we start, or just ready to jump right in?
No, I think just seeing where the interview takes us will really help me to decipher what questions I should ask at the end.
Awesome, awesome. Okay, so first question: can you walk us through a recent digital campaign you managed on LinkedIn ads? What were the goals, and how did you achieve them?
Wow, that's a really great question. So At my previous role at BlackRock, where I was a global digital specialist, the communications team wanted to increase engagement with a written piece by Tony DeSpirito called Quarterly Outlook. I set the goal for the campaign as consideration to find our target audience using demographics, job details, and behavioral data, omitting any firmographic information to be able to widen our reach, as we didn't want to go by company but rather by consumer. And then I used the ad format sponsored content so that I was able to include an image of Tony DeSpirito due to his relevant fame in the financial world. Once budget and CPC was approved by the C-suite, we were then able to run the campaign, and I was able to optimize it as it went on, utilizing tactics like A/B strategy and segmentation. And then we actually generated 10% of that. Of we generated 10% of leads for the sales team for private equities.
Impressive. Impressive. All right. Can you describe your experience with email marketing? What tools you have used, and how do you measure success?
Yeah, email marketing is definitely one of my first loves in the digital marketing industry. I've used multiple tools during my wait, that's like not a good word to use, during my career.
During my illustration.
I've used multiple tools during my career in the digital marketing industry, ranging from smaller tools known like Flowdesk to mid-range tools like Mailchimp, and then most recently, I actually worked within Salesforce Marketing Cloud as a Salesforce Marketing Cloud admin. I find as long as you're aware of how to use the tools audience segmentation, you're really good to go in any sort of software that a company chooses to do their business with. Essentially, how I would monitor, success is basically looking at key metrics as far as like open rate, CTR, and then also making sure that that unsubscribe rate stays low during our email campaigns.
Uh, so, how have you tracked and optimized performance metrics like conversion rate, ROI, and revenue in your past roles?
Yeah, in my previous roles, being able to track and optimize performance has been a key part of my responsibilities. I rely on a combination of data driven analysis, iterative improvements. Wait, hold on. I've relied on a combination of tools, data driven analysis, and iterative improvements to ensure campaigns met the goals. I have a very diverse experience with performance management, including with email campaigns, ad campaigns, and SEO campaigns. Was there a particular area you'd like me to focus on for the purposes of this job? So now I'm just pretty much prepping for tomorrow and what's to come. I have 2 interviews coming up tomorrow with 2 different companies. One is a first round, the other is my second round, because I did get a second round interview with the company that I had an interview with on Monday. Gotten ready. My first interview is actually not at 9:30. It's actually at 9. So that's a really great. It's not video. So seeing as my first interview is at 9 and I've done my hair, I am re-wearing the sweater I wore yesterday, and I'll probably change it for the video. So it's in 5 minutes. I'm gonna try to hop on. Well, it's in 6 minutes, and then when it hits 5 minutes, I'll hop on a little bit earlier. That was so embarrassing. I just jumped on, and they were in the middle of another interview. I guess they used the same link. So that's upsetting. Whoops. I am quickly trying to get ready for this interview. It is at 1:30, so I need to spray my mouth with the throat soother called Chloroseptic. I have prepped as hard as I can. I have studied, and I guess now, only time will tell. I want to remain positive, and I think it went really well. I'm not 100% sure. They said that I would be getting my feedback within the next few days. It is hard because you kind of never know when you're leaving, like, if they like you or not. I also think, like, one thing I'm kind of mad at myself is I feel like I could have talked a lot more about my experience, and I thought there were going to be a lot more, like, closed-ended questions, and there weren't. So I do find myself, like, a little bit nervous, but, you can only do so much. So, but I don't know. I hope they liked me. You're a funny baby. Okay, so today I have an hour-long interview with Company C. This will be exciting. I would say before this, I had just kind of done like a preliminary like conversation, like, are you still interested in this role? Is this something that you see doing long term? I was told that the questions are going to be pretty much open-ended, and I'm hoping I do well. Yesterday, I don't know exactly what happened, but I feel as though my confidence just kind of got a little bit shot down. I think ever since the transition in my employment happened in early December, I've kind of been just really hopeful because I've kind of been getting really good responses. And a lot of people have reached out to me. A lot of companies have reached out to me after finding out that I had been, that unfortunately, like, my employment had ended with this previous company. And I just kind of was like focusing on the positives. And of course, I had like that initial 24-hour period where I was like, oh my God, like, no, like, what am I going to do with my life? And I did have that 24-hour period, but then I was like, okay, we're going to clean every day, and we're going to work out, and we're going to get the kids to school, and we're going to, be the best mom that we can be, and be the best, applier to jobs that we can be, and we're going to be as productive as possible. And yes, I believe that that is really positive, but I think yesterday it all just like caught up to me, and I just felt really overwhelmed. Obviously this is never going to happen, but nobody was like, we love you, we're giving you the job straight away, because obviously that's not what's going to happen ever. But I think it just caught up with me yesterday. I think I felt very unsure of what the future looks like, and that's a scary place for anyone to be. And I, this morning, I'm not gonna lie, I still did feel that way, but I took Willow for a walk. Just grabbing something right now. Hey, Willow, bring it here. Willow, you do not get joy. She stole joy.